I lost my way and aliengirl invited me to her planet, and I was shocked when I got there. Beginning, lost among the stars. Space travel wasn't supposed to be like this. When I signed up for the Orion Trail expedition, I thought it would be a neat side adventure during my year-long gap from university. They said it was a simple run, charting resource-rich asteroid belts near the outskirts of known space. No danger, no combat, just routine mapping and exploration. I wasn't a pilot, just a systems analyst with an itch to see the galaxy. But space is a funny way of turning the safest jobs into nightmares. One moment I was watching the readouts in my cabin aboard the Erebus Venture, sipping synthetic coffee. The next I was scrambling for my life as the ship lurched violently. A gravitational anomaly. The captain barked. Something the scanners didn't pick up. The anomaly ripped the ship apart piece by piece. Escape pod shot off in every direction like seeds scattered by a storm. I barely made it into mine before a beam collapsed behind me. My pod ejected, spinning into the endless dark. For days, all I saw was black. Black space. Black sleep. Black despair. My oxygen levels dipped lower and lower. My only company was a dull hum of failing systems and the faint blinking light of a distress signal I knew no one would ever answer. On the third day, hallucinations started, or what I thought were hallucinations. A streak of blue light outside the viewport, a shape moving against the stars. A voice, not mechanical, not my own, whispering something soft and melodic. And then there she was, a girl. No, not a girl, something more. Middle, the alien girl. Her face appeared on my pod's cracked display first, glowing faintly as though she was lit from within. Skin pale with shimmer like starlight on water, eyes larger than human, luminous, a shifting shade between silver and violet. Her hair flowed weightlessly, though there was no wind in space. I thought I had gone mad. "You are lost," she said. Her voice was like music, layered, as though multiple tones harmonized at once. "Do you wish to live?" I croaked something weak in response, barely audible. "Yes," I managed. The screen flickered. My pod jerked violently as if pulled by invisible strings. Through the viewport, I saw it, a ship unlike anything humans had ever built. It glowed faintly, translucent, like it was half made of crystal and half of liquid light. It wasn't mechanical, it was alive, and she was standing at its heart. The next thing I knew, I was no longer my pod. Somehow, impossibly, I was inside her ship, lying on a surface that molded perfectly to my body, as if it were cradling me. Air filled my lungs, sweet, warmer than earth air, carrying a faint floral scent. She stood over me. "My name is Alira," she said. "You are safe now." I sat up dizzy. My mind raced with questions. How did I get here? What was this place? Was I dead? Her expression softened, and she gestured toward the vast crystalline walls of the ship. Beyond them, the stars wheeled by an impossible clarity. "You are far from your kind," she said, "but I can take you to my world. It will heal you." I hesitated. Trusting strangers was dangerous. Trusting alien strangers was lunacy. And yet, there was something about her presence, gentle, almost maternal, that disarmed me. I nodded. "Take me there." The planet of glass and light. The journey wasn't like human space travel. There were no engines, no vibrations, no sense of acceleration. One moment we floated among stars. The next we emerged into a system dominated by a single dazzling planet. I gasped. It looked like a jewel suspended in the void. Oceans glowing faintly blue, continents veined with rivers of light. From orbit, I saw cities that pulsed like constellations across the surface, geometric patterns too precise to be natural. "Welcome to Luthrian," Alira said. Her ship descended effortlessly. The atmosphere shimmered like liquid glass as we broke through. Below us stretched vast forests of crystalline trees, their branches refracting sunlight into rainbows. Rivers of silver wound through valleys where winged creatures glided. Mountains rose like frozen fire, spires of translucent stone catching the light. When we landed, I stepped onto soil that sparkled faintly, as though dusted with crushed gemstones. Gravity felt close to Earth's, but the air itself felt alive. Every breath filled me with a warmth that spread through my chest. And everywhere there were her people, tall, graceful figures with luminous eyes and flowing hair, dressed in garments that shimmered like woven light. They watched me with curiosity, whispers rippling through the crowd. Alira touched my arm. "Do not fear. They see you as a guest." We walked through a city that seemed grown, not built. Towers of crystal arched high into the sky, connected by bridges of woven light. Streets glowed softly beneath our feet, guiding us. Everywhere, there was harmony. No harsh sounds, no smoke, no machines. But the most shocking thing wasn't their beauty or technology. It was how they looked at me. Not with disdain, not with suspicion, with longing, the revelation. Over the next days, Alira showed me her world. I stayed in a dwelling that shaped itself in my body and needs, shifting walls and furniture as though alive. I ate food that tasted like fruit but dissolved into light on my tongue. I bathed in pools that glowed softly, the water washing away not just dirt but fatigue itself. But something nagged at me. Everywhere I went, the people of Luthrien stared. Whispers followed me. Some bowed slightly as I passed. A few even reached out, as though to touch me, before pulling back with reverence. Finally, I asked Alira, why are they looking at me like that? I'm just human, just lost. She hesitated, her violet eyes flickering with something I couldn't read. You are not just human, she said at last. Long ago, before your kind walked upright, our people visited your world. We planted seeds, not of conquest, but of kinship. You carry within you echoes of us, fragments of light, hidden in your blood. My breath caught. You mean humans are related to you? In a way, she said softly. But you more than most. There is something in you that resonates with our world. That is why you survived. That is why you found me. The truth settled on me like a weight. I wasn't just some lost explorer. By sheer accident or fate, I was connected to this place. And they knew it. The conflict. At first, it felt like a dream. I was welcome at their gatherings, offered gifts of light-woven fabric, fed delicacies that burst into color in my mouth. Alira stayed by my side, explaining customs, translating songs that vibrated through crystalline halls. But dreams can sour. One night, Alira led me to the high spire at the city center. From there, I saw the horizon shimmer strangely. A faint, dark stain spread across a glowing landscape. What is that? I asked. Her expression darkened. The shadow tide, she whispered. It comes from beyond our system. A hunger that devours light and life. We have resisted for centuries, but it grows stronger. I turned to her. And you think I can help? Her eyes met mine, filled with both hope and sorrow. You are the first human to stand on Luthrien in millennia. The resonance within you may be the key. Our ancestors believed one of your kind would return when we needed it most. A bridge between our worlds. A protector. I reeled. I'm not a hero. I barely survived in space. I'm nobody. But Alira only smiled faintly. To us, you're not nobody. You are the answer. The choice. Over the next days, I was torn. Part of me wanted to refuse. To demand Alira send me back to human space. To go home. Forget this burden. But every time I saw the creeping shadow on the horizon, every time I saw the quiet fear in the luminous eyes of her people, I felt the weight of responsibility. And then one night, Alira showed me something that shattered my hesitation. She led me into a cavern beneath the city. At its heart stood a crystalline monolith, taller than any building on Earth, humming faintly. She placed my hand against it. The stone flared. Images filled my mind. Wars fought in ancient stars. Worlds consumed by the shadow tide. And then, an image of me, standing beside Alira, light flowing from my chest into the crystal, pushing back the darkness. When I staggered back, shaking, she caught me. Do you see now? She whispered. I nodded slowly. Terrified, awed, determined. Yes. The battle. When the shadow tide came, it was like a storm of black fire. It devoured forests, turned crystalline towers to ash. The people of Luthrien gathered, their hands raised, singing songs of light that formed shimmering shields. But it wasn't enough. I stood at the heart of the city, my hand pressed against a great crystal. Alira beside me, guiding me. Breathe, she said. Let it flow through you. I closed my eyes, and for the first time, I felt it, the resonance she spoke of, something deep within me, older than human history, waking up. Light surged through my veins, pouring out into crystal. It blazed, sending a wave of radiance across the land. The shadow tide recoiled, hissing, retreating before the force of it. I screamed as the energy tore through me, but Alira's hand on mine steadied me, her voice anchoring me. Together, we pushed the darkness back. When it was over, I collapsed. The city stood. The people cheered. And Alira knelt beside me, her violet eyes shining with pride. You did it, she whispered. No, I rasped, smiling faintly. We did. Ending a new beginning. I never returned to human space. Not because I couldn't, but because I chose not to. On Luthrian, I found something Earth never gave me: purpose. A people who saw me not as ordinary, but as a bridge between stars. A place where my existence mattered. Aelira stayed by my side. We became inseparable, not just allies, but something deeper, something unspoken yet undeniable. Every night, we stood together on the crystalline spires, watching the horizon glow. The shadow tide was not gone forever, but neither was the light, and I had found my way, not back to Earth, but home,